Hello everyone, this is GameFrost. In today's special video, I just wanted to say that I finally upgraded to a better PC. So instead of seeing the same old i3 10100 content, we can now, go even further or probably regress a little bit back because our new CPU right now is a Pentium Gold G7400 paired with a UHD 710. Now what we're going to be doing today is we're going to benchmark the 710 and see how well it does in games. We're not talking about the GT 710, no, we're talking about the UHD 710 from Intel. Now we paired this up with 32 gigabytes of memory, DDR4 at 3600 mega transfers or megahertz if you want to call it that. And so far we have a bunch of games that we're going to test. And honestly, like I've finally gotten away from the OEM, kind of part. And I'm really happy that I finally got a new build that I get to show you guys, and we're gonna benchmark a whole lot out of it. And sooner or later, we might benchmark Raptor Lake. So, something like the i5 13600K or anything else. Like so many upgrade options, so many upgrade paths. I'm so excited. But other than that, we're going to benchmark the UHD 710 and see how well it does in games. Let's get started. The game's now is in DX11, as you can see here, and we're running this at 1080p full screen with no VSync, so the population density and everything is back to normal. Everything is on normal settings, as you can see here, normal off, and we're just going to see how well it runs at 1080p. So if we back out of here, we're getting around, oh wow, so 24 FPS on average. 0.1% lows is around 21, but it may change because there could be some spikes. Right now, we're consuming around 13 gigabytes of RAM. Uh, oh, nope, I should not be recording. I think I almost forgot. There we go. Let me just add this. Let me just add all weapons and see what happens. So we're just going to play around a bit. It's a little bit laggy. I think there's some input lag because of the low frame rate. But yeah, it's hitting around 99, 100% on the UHD 710. But I'm not sure if the UHD 710 is better than the GT 710 though, right? So the Pentium itself is doing, quite well. It's 25% right now. The average is still 25, but the maximum FPS was 33, but that was when we were inside I think the safe house, whatever that place was. Can we actually snipe over here? Yes, we can. And the police has arrived, so we're getting around 25 still. We'll see what happens. Oh, 22 FPS. But I don't think it's dropping below 20 though, so that's good. But could I consider this playable? Not in 1080p, no. Alright, now it's time to change the resolution again. So this time we're going to try out 720p. So this one is put back down to 720p 1080, or I mean 1280 by 720. And for some reason, refresh rate was stuck on 60 Hz. I forgot that I have FXAA on, but we just leave it on. And we'll see what happens with this one. So we're getting... okay. Average 40 FPS, so it's a little bit better. I think this is a little bit playable, but it's going down a bit. The CPU may be a little bit of a bottleneck because it just went up a bit. It's around 85, 78, 48. 1% low is 32, so it's pretty good. As you can see, the frame time graph is not that bad, I guess. I think this is playable. Max FPS is 46. Average is 40. And it went down to around 39, okay. But I think that if you're going to play this at 720p on a Pentium, it's actually playable. Just look at it. It may look a little bit ugly, but I think that it's playable on DX11. 1% low went down to 29. Oh, I think we just felt a little bit of a spike there. Just a little lag there, but it's not too noticeable. Okay, I kind of... So if you like move your mouse a bit, it might fluctuate a bit. Let me see if I could use a rocket launcher real quick. Alright, we're getting 32, 29, 25. So the lowest FPS you can get is probably 24. Let's see again. Yeah, 24. And yeah, so that concludes this benchmark of GTA 5. So far, it looks like when we launch Fallout 3 using the UHD graphics, it looks like it basically defaulted to these right here. So we're basically defaulted to like 4 samples of anti-aliasing. Almost, I think this is the maximum, and we've defaulted to 720p. Now we have HDR vertical sync. It's not going to be in windowed mode. Actually, let me turn off vertical sync for maximum frame rates. And as you can see, it looks like they put it all on high settings right here. So it defaulted to high settings. So that basically tell us that the UHD 630, not 630, but the UHD 710 is capable of playing this game at high settings. So let's go and try out the default first of what the launcher showed us. And yeah, so default or high settings 720p. And let's see what happens. Now, for some reason, it looks like Fallout 3 wouldn't really work, and I'll show you why. As soon as I click new game, right, and I want to start a new game, this is what happens. The game automatically crashes back to the desktop. So honestly, I'm not even sure myself why is this happening in the first place. But maybe it's due to maybe the UHD graphics not doing too well. So the first workaround I might do is basically set it to DXVK. Now what DXVK is basically a Vulkan wrapper that can basically convert DirectX games into Vulkan, so that your GPU that supports Vulkan can actually run the game. So we're going to see if that one works, and if it doesn't work, then we might try and maybe bump up the resolution, probably turn down settings for it. Unfortunately, it looks like DXVK actually does not work, because when we try to set it to that, for some reason the launcher itself detects it as the GTX 1060 instead of the UHD graphics 710. So we're gonna try to do, we're gonna turn off vertical sync once more, and what we're gonna do, I think we're just gonna put the details to low and see what happens. So it's going to be set to low quality, everything is set to low, and see if it can actually run the game. But we're going to put the whole game to at least 1080p and see if the game would actually run. So everything is defaulted to low, and see if the story would actually run on this graphics. So now the game is opening up. So it's defaulted at 1080p. We got 72 frames, because of course my monitor is locked at 72 hertz basically. All right, let's see what happens. So as you can see, GPU 2 is being utilized. This is a UHD 710. We're gonna click new and see what happens, and it still crashed. So I'm really not sure what happened. Maybe there has been a little bug on Epic, but maybe next time. It's time for the next game. Okay, so this game took nearly or almost over 5 minutes to load. I'm not even joking. Like, I was busy just sitting there and waiting. Usually it probably takes like a minute or less. But it turns out that, you know, this UHD 710 is just like, it's just not pushing through. So far we're playing this at 1080p, 72 FPS. And there is no vertical sync, so there's no VSync on. And it's running on the very low presets, so everything is very low, and as you can see, it's really bad. Like, look at this. This is not playable. So if I open this right here, just look at this. You know, it's great that it could run a DX12 game, but so far it's just not good. So we're getting around 13, 12 FPS. Literally both the CPU and GPU are maxed out, so they're both choking each other to death. And of course, you know, we're running this on a Pentium, so it makes sense. And the 1% low is for 0.1% low is for, it's just pretty bad overall. And honestly, I don't know, anything under like 25 or even 20 FPS is unplayable for me. I don't know. 13 FPS? Now, if you're playing an FPS title, you're kind of screwed. So yeah, but this is 1080p, very low settings. It's not the best in the world. Okay, I don't really recommend this. And as you can see, we're consuming almost 16 gigabytes of memory. So I am really glad that I had 32 gigabytes of memory installed in my system, because it would have been worse. It would have been so much worse. Okay, so this time it looks like we're gonna run this on the performance FSR. As you can see, we're using a Fidelity FX from AMD to basically boost up our frames. So we're playing on 1080p performance FSR. Everything is very low again, and we're gonna see if we're going to run this a lot better. As you can see, we went up to 19 FPS. So we just get out of here, and we're getting 23, 24 FPS, but the game looks like garbage. Oh my god, just look at it. Are you playing like at 360p? It's probably like 240p or something. It's so... We just went through that vehicle. And another one. What the heck? Oh wait, we're in the drift zone. I was like, wait a minute. Is that like a bug? Alright, so we're going through the fields. We're getting 26, 27, 29. Oh, almost 30 FPS, but we didn't hit it. Unfortunate. So we got 30 FPS max, 25 FPS on average. It's still... I can say that maybe it's a little bit playable, but at the same time, for your visual eyes, bro, I don't even think it's worth it. It just looks so bad. It looks like a game from like 2005 or something. You can see the texture pop-ins here and there. Yeah, it's like not that good, I'm not gonna lie. So we're gonna try out 720p, and we're just gonna see how this one will go. Changing this to 720p, we can actually see that the menu is a lot more responsive. We're also playing this on the very low preset with no FSR enabled. So we're gonna see how this one would run, and I think it runs a lot better. Oh wow, it runs so much better. So if you guys want to try this out without FSR, 720p might be the way to go here, I think. The frame rates are dipping a bit, I'm not gonna lie. Let's check the interior. It's really intensive on the interior right now. So we're getting like 100% on the CPU, which is wild. Oh, the input lag, it's real. All right, we're getting out of there. We're in the city now, or village, or I'll just call it the city. And we're getting 21 FPS. Okay, my driving skills are not the best, so sorry about that. We just exited the city. Ow. Is it raining? Oh my god, it's raining. More strain on the GPU. But right now, you can see that the temperatures are not bad. And that's because I'm paired with a 180 watt power cooler. So it's not that bad. Alright. Honestly, if you guys want to play this game at 720p, it's not bad. The game still looks ugly, but it's a lot more clear and a little bit more sharp. So we're getting 26 FPS on average. It's not bad. Okay. Ow. We just lost our spoiler. Now we're gonna try this game out using Ultra FSR and see if there's actually any difference. So we set this game to ultra quality on 720p, and of course it's still full screen. There's no vertical sync, and let's see if we can actually get over 30 FPS on this. And we sure did. So if you guys want to play this at a locked 30 FPS, what I recommend doing is probably setting it to 720p, maybe ultra quality. I'm not sure about quality. The game still looks like garbage. It looks really weird. But I consider this playable, but not for the eyes though. Alright, let's check the interior. Oh my goodness, it's very intensive. It just hit 100% on the CPU. I don't know why, but I feel like the interior is a lot more CPU bound than GPU. Maybe because of the animations? I'm not entirely sure. Alright, let's get up that little hill over here. Alright. That was some serious error. That engine would have died because of how much I'm revving this thing. Alright, we're going down the hill at 33 FPS. Not bad. 45 FPS max. 1% lows and 0.1s are not good. And the frame time graph is also not good either, so it's pretty bad overall. And we'll stop right here. So yeah, Forza Horizon 5. The experience not that good. Oh, we hit 40 FPS, pretty good, but not that good, but I guess we'll manage. It'll manage. Alright, next game. So right now we're playing CSGO and we're playing at 1080p, low settings, enable texture streaming, anisotropic 2x, and everything else is basically set to disabled and low. So we're gonna see what we get. So right now, if you look in the bottom right, we're getting around 30 FPS, and that's not good for a game like CSGO. I never played this map before, so I'm not even sure. I'm playing the diffusal group and I died. I couldn't really move. It's stuttering a lot, and it went down to 20 FPS due to the effects and stuff. So 1080p on this game is actually not that good. Alright, so the game now is at 720p. Basically everything is very low, except for this option right here, which is an isotropic 2x. I don't really think it degrades graphics performance, but maybe if we... What happens if we... Really no biggie. Oh wow. Oh wow, it actually became better. Okay, but this is 720p with the lowest performance so far. And yeah, so we're getting 62 FPS, I guess. Oh wow, it feels a lot smoother in this map, so that's actually pretty good. Oh, I thought I would have got a kill right there. So I don't know. I think the 1080p one, I think I probably made a mistake there, so sorry about that. It feels a lot smoother. I didn't know it degrade this much graphics performance. But yeah, it's not bad. But I mean, on the 1060, we achieved over like 250 on like very high settings. So on a Pentium. So it's kind of like, I don't know. I've never been in this map though. So this map is probably a little bit more intensive here in 720p. I'm just moving around the map real quick. Here we go. Flying around here. But yeah, other than that, if you want to play this game at 720p, and if you have, I guess, a 60 FPS monitor, which everybody should have, I guess it could be playable. But I mean, you know, as CSGO requires a good amount of frames per second. So honestly, just seeing this is not... We're getting 80s, but that's when if we're sitting still. Now, if we look up in the sky, wow, it's already 180, 190 FPS. But when we look down, it already went down to like 50s and stuff like that, and 40s. So yeah, it just varies, but you know, I think there are some maps. It just depends on the map. I think this map is a lot more intensive. Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this benchmark. I know that, you know, of course, I only benchmarked like 3 games, which is pretty short. But I mean, in my eyes, right now, I've been recording this for like over an hour or so. So literally for 3 games, recording over an hour, you know, just trying to, you know, get a good, you know, amount of clips in here and there. And, you know, just trying to make it perfect. Other than that, there's still going to be more benchmarks on Sunday. So expect to see a Pentium with the GTX 1060 and see how much FPS we can actually get on that, and see if the Pentium would bottleneck or not on the 1060. Other than that, I hope you guys would check out Iniba too. They have cheap CD keys that you guys can get, so that you could buy games for cheap and basically save money. Not only that, but you can also try out well, of course, I'm gonna put out affiliate links for the new Intel Raptor Lake processors if you guys want to check them out. Something like the 13600K i5 or the i9 13900K if you have the money for it. Then yeah. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching this benchmark, and yeah, we'll see you on the next video.